Alright guys, so hopefully this is going a-okay and smooth and stuff. Um, but I didn't get at you guys with a Christmas gift. Since I didn't have internet, I couldn't do a Christmas live stream or anything like that for you guys to give you guys a bit of entertainment and stuff like that, enjoy on Christmas Day, because unfortunately I didn't have internet. Um, and I didn't exactly get to get you guys a Christmas gift. So what I did is I just decided to build a deck and kind of just play around with it. So far, my record with it is 28-1, as it should state in the title of the video. Hopefully, you guys actually get the same success with this. It is not Wind Return. I was just working on this deck because the new ban list actually dropped. But what it actually is it's Malefic Gadget Control. This deck, to me, is a very good deck. I love this deck to bits. And this deck really kind of just it went well with me because of the fact that I'm a gadget player and I love gadgets. And I love being able to control the field, and I love having big malefic monsters on the field. It's just like amazingly strong and overpowered. So this deck actually was right for me, and I enjoyed playing this deck. So to start off with, we have Ancient Gear Gajiltron Dragon, level 8, 3000 attack. Quite easy to get this guy on the field and keep it on the field. If you know what you're doing, it's easy to keep him on the field. While he attacks, your opponent cannot activate spell trap cards until the end of the damage step. So Forbidden Lance, stuff like that, can't be used, which is really nice. Your opponent can't Mirror Force you, they can't Dimensional Prison you, they can't use whatever shenanigans they like to use during the battle phase because, well, the Agilitron Dragon's just like, no, I don't even care. Like, I don't care, you can't do that. So this is just one of the many cards of the deck that really this deck really isn't the best. I mean, why did I just say that? So speaking of my girlfriend on Skype, just messaging her. We have 3 Green Gadget. Pretty simple and standard card. I mean, obviously, you summon Green Gadget, get a red gadget from your deck to your hand. Level 4 Machine type monster, 1400 attack. Pretty basic. I'm sure all you guys know what gadgets do. If you don't, well, then you are missing out on a great set of cards. But pretty standard card. We run 3 Malefic Cyber End Dragon. A lot of people are surprised when I go for a gadget play and I go for my Gear Dragon X and then I bring this guy to the field and people are just like, the hell? Like, do you really need that? No, you don't really need it, but it's definitely nice. It's definitely nice to get this guy out. When you get him out, it's a 4000 attack beat stick, but you have to have a field spell card, so if you don't have one, well, he's kind of toast. But he's just used your opponent really wants to waste their spell and trap cards to get rid of this guy, because otherwise it's going to be the end of the game for them. So this is kind of one of the cards you always open with first if you can. If your opponent has backer, you always open the Cyber End Dragon first if you can. We have 3 red gadget. Red gadgets are just like your yellow gadget, pretty standard. 1300 attack, 1500 defense, just level 4 monster. 10 Goldfish, it's a machine type, it's level 4, and when you summon it, you can special summon a level 4 monster from your hand. So special any of the gadgets, and then get the effect of the gadget searches off, which is always nice and good to have. We have 3 Yellow Gadget, because Yellow Gadget is amazing. I love being able to play through all the gadgets and just enjoy playing the gadgets rather than not play them at all. Yellow Gadget searches out Green Gadget. So it basically the way that it works is you have strongest to weaker to weaker. So it goes in descending order of attack wise. They're all level 4s, so you can get a lot of XYZ plus with them. 3 Gear Town. This is what'll get out your Gajiltron Dragon. I'm sure any of you know. I'm sure that any of you know what Gear Town does. Whenever it's destroyed and sent to the graveyard, you can summon an Ancient Gear monster from your deck, hand, or graveyard. So it's really easy just to get out and keep Gajiltron Dragon out on the field. When you have this activated, make sure that you set your next skill spell, because if you don't, you might have issues. Sorry, I have a lot of messages. Ugh. Excuse them. So, 3 MST. We use MST quite often to get rid of stupid things. Like, we can also use MST to get rid of our gear town, get it gone and destroyed and stuff like that. So that's just one way to get gear town off the field. Double terraforming, get you into your gear towns, or get you into the next card, which is Silverberry-Calcos. If you have Silverberry-Calcos in hand and Malefic Cyber End Dragon, you could just pretty much sit on them. Or you could just sit on those for an entirety portion of the game. Like, just because of the fact that you play Silverberry-Calcos, you can't switch them from the extra deck. And it's just a really fun card because it boosts all monsters you control by 500 attack points. So, like, you play this, you summon your Malefic Cyber End Dragon. It's 4,500, not 4,000. So even if they get like Obelisk on the field, they can't get over Malefic Cyber End Dragon at all whatsoever with it. So you definitely don't have to worry about them being able to outpower your Malefic Cyber End Dragons. We have 2 Black Horn of Heaven. Just stop something like. Basically, like, we use this to stop Black Rose, Stardust Dragon. We stop General XYZs with this card in particular. It just stops all. I believe it's inherent. Yeah, it stops inherent summons because they summon themselves, or they're summoned via like XYZ or something like that. It's just like very similar to Thunder King Rayo can stop them. We have Bottomless Trap Pole. You know what it does. Destroy it, banish it. Just get rid of it, get it off the field. Compulsory Evacuation Device, bounce back stupid cards that we just don't want, like bounce back bears, bounce back Tenkies, not Tenki. Gorillas, bounce back, like, you can bounce back a lot of things. So it's really a really good card to have in like any deck. It's pretty much mandatory staple. This card I really was not sure about at first, but with the fact that we're running into a lot of torrentials and mirror forces, people run Dark Hole, a lot of things that do a lot of destruction of monsters. We play Destruction Jammer. Discard a card, negate the activation of a spell trap, or affect monsters affected, destroys a monster on the field to destroy that card. It even gets a Stardust Dragon, and Stardust Dragon uses its effect to destroy a monster card that destroys something. However, we generally won't be going for destructions with the way that this deck works. So Destruction Jammer is used pretty much to stop. It'll pretty much be used to stop most cards. A Destruction Jammer can be used in any deck that does not like destruction. 2-dimensional prison. I was kind of skeptical. Skeptical at first as to playing dimensional prison. Right, what am I saying? It's dimensional prison. It's a staple. Derp. Fiendish Chain. This is what I was kind of like on and off about. I didn't want to play Fiendish Chain because of the fact that it's kind of became a staple card in a lot of decks. And I'm trying to stay away from a lot of the main. Like, I'm trying to stay away from some of the main staple cards. Like, as you notice, I don't have Dark Hole, Book of Moon. Like, I don't have some of the staple cards. Like, I don't even have some of the staple cards and gadgets, like Double Stone and stuff like that, because I feel like I don't need them. But I have Fiendish Chain at 1 just because we go for like a bit of a control build, and Fiendish Chain at 1 in this deck is actually pretty good. I tried it at 2, kind of became cloggy, and I didn't always find use for multiple Fiendish Chains at the same time. So I took it out to 1. So far, I haven't been having any issues with it at all. We have our double Mirror Force. That's standard pretty much these days. A lot of people would still say run 1, I run 2, just because I want to be able to get into a Mirror Force. And I want to be able to just use it and then drop another one and save it. Like, just so many good things can come out of just sitting on 2 Mirror Forces. Yeah, two Phoenix Wing Blast. This card was one of the things that I really kind of was not liking at first. I played this in a lot of other builds, and it's kind of one of those things that Fusion decks take advantage of this quite a lot. We have a lot of decks that take advantage of Phoenix Wing Blast because some decks work off discarding, uh, except for, well, they're cost discards, so don't think like the Dark Worlds will plus off this because they won't. So there's that. But Phoenix Wing Blast, we can force our opponents to top deck anything. We can just get rid of whatever stupidity they got. We have one Sacred Armor. This is another one of those skeptical cards that I was like, I don't know if I want to play this card. But it is removal, and removal is always good. You want to be able to get rid of things as much as you possibly can. And it's nice to be able to play, Sacred Armor when we have the chance to, because it does have a job, it does have a purpose, and I mean it saves you the trouble of having to go through an entire mirror force to just get rid of one important monster that your opponent has. So it's just another form of removal. Solemn Warning, Stop Special Summons, pretty big key card, staple in pretty much anything now. Torrential Tribute, a lot of people say it's a staple, other people don't. A lot of decks that I run don't actually run Torrential Tribute at all. But in this build, I actually like using it. But it's whatever. I mean, it's a really good card, and it really does make your opponents suffer when they actually run into Torrential Tribute. But a lot of times you don't have a chance to spring it a lot of duels, but it's like it's a just in case card, and that's kind of why a lot of people staple this card. Is because it's just there and it does its job. For side deck, we have 2 Maxi, 3 Ecstasy Encore. Constellars have always been kind of like a really strong deck. Being able to go play this and stuff like that. I mean, Evil Swarms, with their Ophion, you want to be able to get over Ophion. Like, you want to be able to get over, a lot of things. And with the way that this format is, it's a real XYZ heavy format. It will be XYZ heavy. It will also be Synchro heavy. There's a lot of different options that can be played. XYZ Encore, we primarily just have this in here because a lot of the top decks that we're going to be seeing are going to be using a lot of XYZs. Dragon Plants are going to be going for, Jericho Sack, stuff like that. They're going to be going for rank 8s, lots of stuff. So we're going to want to go to get rid of those as much as we possibly can. So we have XYZ Encore to be able to do just that. 2 Deck Devi. Get over decks that run a lot of monsters. This is definitely one of the this is like one of the things, like if we're going up against like a gadget mirror match, deck Devi just breaks them. A lot of decks this hurts, a lot of decks it doesn't. So it kind of just one of those things where we like playing this at times, but we don't like playing this at times. 3 Dust Tornado. Get rid of back row because back row does not like us at all. Eradicator Epidemic Virus. Stop absolute spells and traps. So there's going to be a lot of decks that run a lot of spells and a lot of traps. So the Epidemic Virus is definitely a way to get over them. Double Iron Wall. Banishing is going to be a big thing this format. With like some decks are going to banish a lot. Like Fusions are going to be kind of one of those things that are really good. And it's just kind of like most things that I really just like don't like playing against because they're just really evil. So it's kind of like just a necessary card to have. Double Light Imprisoning Mirror gets over a lot of dumb things. I mean, gets over a lot of dumb things. So we have, for our extra deck, we have 3 separate end dragons to summon our malefic separate ends. We've got 1 Daigusto Emerald. Sometimes it could be good at 2, but otherwise I don't like it at 2. It's good at 1. We have a Diamond Dire Wolf, Exiton Knight, which Exiton Knight is OCG. which is sad because it's such a really good card. We have 2 Gear Jig and X's, lets you search out your 10 gold fishes to just keep playing all your plays out. Gem Knight Pearl, get over Ophion, other things. Maestroke, really good card. 2 number 101s on his Arc Knight. A lot of decks special summons, so this card is an absolute key card to have. 106 Giant Hand with a lot of with the way that Yu-Gi-Oh is these days, a lot of monsters effects need to be able to need to activate and resolve. So this guy is just a killer of them. So we absolutely need 106. It's starting to get a lot of uses again. I mean, it's a really good card, and it always has been. We have number 44 Sky Pegasus. This card is really good because your opponent can pay 1,000 life points to stop you from destroying a card that they control. If not, it just gets destroyed. So it's costly to them either way. And I just love playing this card. It's so good. And number 50 Black Ship of Corn. This guy is really good because oftentimes your opponent will have something if you're playing against something that runs to a guard like Chaos Dragons, you're gonna often run into wind up Zen mains. Gonna be running into Leviair, Leviathan Dragons. And sorry, not Leviathan Dragon because Leviathan will be 2,500. But Zen mains primarily, you can get over it with Black Ship of Corn very easily. But that is your guys' deck list, guys, for our Christmas time and stuff like that. I hope you guys really enjoy the deck, and I hope you guys get to use this to its fullest potential. Like I said, I'm at 28-1 with this deck build. It's a really good deck, and it's really reliable. It handles most situations pretty well. I'm going to fine-tune the side deck a little bit, just kind of amp up the side deck a little bit, get it more prepared overall for most situations. I probably am going to put in Dimensional Fissure and Macro, over some of the other stuff. But we're going to do what we have to do, and we're going to get over these cards, and we're going to win these duels. But anyways, guys, thank you for watching. Peace out, and I hope you guys have a nice, happy New Year's and Merry Christmas, even though it's belated. And remember to subscribe, like and subscribe, and I will... sorry, I completely did that outro entirely wrong. Remember to like and subscribe to the channel to become part of the Mechlord army, and I will see you later, recruits.